gas station. He is buying, those are Ford magazine, 6% of Ford magazine. He is trying to buy into our military structure and different things, and he's advancing all this. And now we come to the education. The education system is becoming sham. In the K-12 today, they are teaching the kids that Jerusalem was never a Jewish country. Why are you teaching the children at school, American school, that Jerusalem is and Israel is never been Jewish country? Because they're trying to erase Israel from the surface of the earth. They told them that the first founder of the United States of America was Islam. This is in your school, K school, and high school. Islam is mentioned 170 times in those curriculum, and Christianity and Judaism mentioned 7 times. So the ethnic cleansing is taking place in a different way. It's not by killing the physical body, but killing the spirit of man. And this is what's happening in our school system. The two organizations that are bidding everything, thank you, Saudi Arabia. What happened is our Harvard University, our big elite university, they are paying $20 million to the Islamic Center that they have to advance Middle Eastern studies. And in Middle Eastern study, write the curriculum books for the public school. And who is outbidding all this? 2 Islamic organizations. You go like, why did they get this? Because they outbid everybody financially. That's why I keep saying, wake up and smell the hummus, because it's happening under our nose, and yet we're running to Cracker Barrel to spend the night over there. Oh, honey, I'll be back home in 3 hours. I'm at Cracker Barrel with the kids. Well, wait a second. We need to teach those kids the value of their home, their constitution, of love to God and the country, and they are very special. They are not left over. When we leave those children go and nobody's taking care of them, who will take care for them? When I look at this American flag here, this red color means a whole lot to me. Freedom is not for free. Freedom is not for free. There comes a time where we have to die for our country. And I'm not calling for revolution. I'm calling for our men and women who died in Iraq, in Afghanistan, and all those places. We're dying for the world freedom. That world freedom today, we're living this liberty. It's been given to us on a silver platter, white gloves, served by our servicemen and women. President Kennedy, he said, you will know the character of the country by how they treat the veterans, how they treat their soldiers. It's shameful that the soldier coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan all over, and people like us has to feed them. The church has to feed them. The people have to take care of them. They lost their arms, their legs, and what so have you, and we're killing our military in this country. Why are we killing our military? Why we are not loving them back just like loved us before, when they said, oh my watch, nothing's going to happen to you, man. Nothing going to happen to you, sir. Nothing going to happen to you, media. I will stand for you. I will give you freedom. You live by that freedom that they gave us today. We salute you, the one who fought for us, because you deserve honor and glory and blessing, because you are good men and women.
Hear, hear.
It doesn't stop here. This freedom today belongs to our children and grandchildren. Those that are sitting back there, they are young men and young women, and they don't know what to do. What is real? What is not real? It's our watch. I take my watch seriously. I told my wife in 2006, I said to her, I put my head in her lap, I said, sweetheart, I got to tell you a story. I want to get out of here. I've been hiding from you. She said, what did you do? Come on. She thought I did something wrong. I said, I came to destroy this country. My organization is called Muslim Brotherhood. I was sent by the Saudi prince. We're bringing here infiltration to the United States of America. She said, why are you telling me this? I said, because I want to go and fight against what we did to this country. She said, go, I will be with you. Wherever you go, I will fight for you. Me and her, we committed to fight and stand for truth. In the last 24 months, we moved 3 times physically. Why? Because they love us to death. Why do they love us to death? Because they don't want us to speak about what we were doing with them, how it's done, and who is doing it, and what's their names, and what's their front shops, and what's what have you. Many of the Islamists come to the United States of America as political refugees to penetrate and infiltrate the military. Because the law in the United States of America says you can obtain the American citizenship if you serve in our military. Unfortunately, many of them come for a specification. Today we have Muslim chaplain, as we saw what happened in Guantanamo Bay. They were communicating with these terrorists and with the overseas people, telling them what to say and what not to say and how to say it. They were leaking information to the terrorists through the chaplain, Muslim chaplain. You go like, we trusted you, our interpreters, that they are translating Arabic for our American military. They're the one many times told everybody where the American soldier are going to pass by when those bombs went off on the street and our soldier lost their life or their limbs. They were spying from within. We got to wake up. We got to understand what we're dealing with here. Because this infiltration doesn't go there. The church is splitting. The church is fighting against the church. You have the Church of Islam, those who are fighting for Muslims, and those who are fighting against. And so what happened? The church is divided. The synagogue is being divided. And it's taking place at a higher level. Let's look at the homeland. Homeland security. The homeland security today, Janet Pilitano, her right-hand man and left-hand man, both of them are Muslim Brotherhood operatives sworn to destroy the United States of America. And one of them was called by the President of the United States to be put over there. Sila. That's meaning meditate. Think. Our infiltration is taking place at a new level, and we still are not understanding it. Our intelligence. Today our CIA and FBI, they could not talk about Islamic terrorism. Why? Because they consider Islamophobe, and many of them are being fired. I had several men and women that I know of that they've been fired because they were following on one thing or another. Under Bush, it was illegal to raise funds for terrorism. Today, the mosques are raising funds. Statistics shows 82% of mosques in the United States of America, they're teaching jihadist ideology in their mosques. Who is watching for our nation? Who is fighting for us? When you go in November and to vote this November, this is where your power comes in. Stand for what's good and pure and lovely. Choose the men and women who will fight for this nation, who will say, today on my watch, I will watch for you. We don't need stinking politicians. We don't need false people that they swear something and they do something else. They are liars and son of liars. They get in there and they start destroying the country from within. We need to come to understand and select those who we want. The power by the people, for the people, of the people. This is you. Say, I am the people. Come on, say, I am the people.
I am the people.
We have to believe that we are the people. We have to believe and live in that truth. Because the truth at the end of the day, if we don't live in it, it's become a myth. And then you are destroyed in your home, in your culture, in your nation. Medical, pharmaceutical, judicial. Judicial? Do we know we have 50 cases in the United States of America, Islamic Sharia law cases, trying to infiltrate our court system? All the way from small court, all the way to the Supreme Court? How they are infiltrated? They're trying to stay, like Roe versus Wade. The Roe versus Wade that they're trying to do. For example, there's an imam. This imam, he lives in New Jersey. And this imam, he beats up his wife and he rapes her because she told him, I could not sleep with you. I have pain in my womb and I have scar tissue. I could not sleep with you. So he beats her up and he raped her until she almost lost her eye and went to the hospital. And then from there, she filed restrictions. And what happened, the imam showed up to the court and he told the judge, he said, it's my full right to beat her up. The Quran, the Sharia law, told me so. It's my right to have her anytime I want to. Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, said, if your husband asks for you 200 times a day, you do that 200 times a day. And I'm going like, well, what happened to the marriage? She's his best friend, she's his lover, she's everything, but he has right to beat her up and what's have you. What kind of unconditional love is this? So what happened when he told the judge this? The judge said to her, sorry, by your laws, he can do anything you want. She went out there and she found her another lawyer. And this lawyer sued the court. She said, I live in the United States of America. I came to live under freedom of the Constitution and the liberty and happiness and all that I want. Today I ran away from Islamic Sharia law and Islamic teaching. I don't want to live in this. If I want to live this, I would live over in Saudi Arabia or in Iran. But I'm living in America. So the judge has to turn it around. Two other imams. The imams, two of them are fighting in Florida. This mosque has raised fund today for for the Hamas and Muslim Brotherhood just recently. They did fundraising and they have imams coming from the Palestinian, from Gaza Strips to preach, to raise fund. Which is, under Bush administration, they were illegal to enter this country. But under this administration, they have full legal right to come in here. What happened? So these men, these imams, the first imam said, I have built the mosque. I called for it, I bought the land, and I put it all together. The second imam, he said, yes, the money that he got, it was Saudi money. It's from the Wahhabi regime. And this money, today they said, we don't want him, they want me. So court after court, they went in to judge between them. And they said, you cannot judge between us under your American Constitution. You have to judge between us and our laws, Sharia law. And so what they said to them in Sharia law, what happened? The court didn't know what to do. So what happened? They start allowing them to do what they want. It's infiltration. It's deception. In the Quran, the Muslim holy book, it says, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. And they have deceived, meaning the Christians and Jews have deceived. But Allah had deceived. And Allah is the greatest deceiver. It's one of His 99 names, the great deceiver. So what happened to this in Islam, it says, Al-Harbu Khud'ah. War is a deception. You have full right, as long as your enemy are not under Allah, you have full right to deceive them. In the Muslim world, they have a Great Commission, just like the Christian world. What is the difference between the Muslim Great Commission and the Christian Great Commission? The Great Commission of Islam, Muhammad says, إِنِّي أُمَرْتُ أَنْ أُقَاتِلَ الشُّعُوبَ. I have been commanded to fight the people of the world. Of the world. What does that mean? Fight them till they surrender or until you kill them. Until everyone says, La ilaha illallah wa Muhammad Rasulullah. There's no God but Allah and Muhammad His Prophet. And he said, if they not concede, then you have right. The women belong to you. The children belong to you. The land belongs to you. The home belongs to you. The government belongs to you. The finances belong to you. When Muhammad was in Medina or in Mecca, he was teaching peaceful surah. And many Muslims tell you, hear what Islam says. There's no compulsion in the religion. But yet, when Muhammad moved from Mecca and he went to Medina, it was abrogated. That means it's changed. Allah said, I have changed my mind. And over there, when he changed his mind, he said, and lay for them with every trick. Kill them seize them and kill them and harass them with every trick. You go like, How's that one from there? So al-kitman, what we were talking about before, they tell you the good things and they don't tell you the bad things. Because when they are trying to prevent you, to subdue you, then when they become the upper hand, then they have the right to say, aslim taslam, surrender or you're going to get killed. That's what Muhammad did to all his enemies. And afterward, he beheaded them if they did not come to surrender. So, the infiltration, the banking system today, our president currently, he allowed Sharia law banking to be legal without the Senate or the Congress voting on it. That was illegal. That was treason.
Yeah.
He has no right to allow this because this is what allow the infiltration of Sharia law into our constitution, rights into our world. And sooner or later, it'll kill the First Amendment and the hate crime bill will be implemented just like what happened in Europe. City after city, country after country, the hate crime bill implemented. Muslims can say anything they want, and if the local people say anything against them, they are imprisoned and fined financially. The exodus of European people to the United States of America is massive. They are afraid. They don't want to go. And they come here and they say, we're hoping that you're going for it. You have the kahunas to do something about it. Well, the kahuna are not born, the kahuna are made. And we gotta make this, we gotta step to the forefront and be all we can be. I want to show you the second DVD. This will give you some perspective on the situation.